Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thanks so much for being here. Today is my second installment in my Shop My Stash. I am excited for this. This is brand new, and so I'm kind of, trying to get my bearings with this project. This was one that was really requested by a lot of my followers, and I am so happy to be doing this for them because I love them, and this is why I make videos, keep my mind active, work on my fine motor skills, and make videos that you guys want to watch. So last 3 weeks ago was my maiden voyage of Shop My Stash, and I've kind of I've thought about what I'm doing with Shop My Stash and how I taped it last time. And so now that we have products coming in and going out, there may be some more tweaking in the future, but for now, this is how we're doing it. That's really what I'm trying to say. I have all the items that I pulled for Shop My Stash in this bucket. So let's go over them, and I will talk just quickly about ones that, because a lot of these are items that I'm trying out to see if I want to keep in my collection or I've never used and want to try them out. So I'll tell you my thoughts on any of them that are exceptional or just in the dumps, and there are some that I will be keeping in here. I did do a Shop My Stash a video using, it was a get ready with me using my Shop My Stash products. So if you haven't had a chance to see that and want to, the link will be down below for you to just click on that. In that video, I used my BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. I had never used this palette prior to putting it in Shop My Stash. I love this palette. I think the quality of these shadows is beautiful. The color story is beautiful. I love these cool tones. And I just created a really beautiful look with this eyeshadow palette. I did bring in my Flower Beauty Wanderlust palette. This is the NYC Midnight Manhattan palette. I brought it in because this is on the chopping block. I'm not a fan of the mattes in this palette, but I do like the shimmers. But I never reach for this because I don't feel like it is a cohesive color story. I didn't use this once. So I am going to keep this in one more round. If I don't use it, then it is definitely gone. I had brought in this Tart by the Sea Hydrating Primer. I love this. I have just a little bit left. I thought I would finish it, even though my goal is not to finish items in Shop My Stash. These, are obviously ones that are a possibility. I didn't finish it, but I do like it, so I am going to leave it in just so I can finish it up and be able to not let it just sit in my collection and gather dust. So that will be here for another round. My MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, is that what it's called? Pressed powder. This is in the shade Light. I do like this powder. I am going to roll it out just for now to try I want to try a few more powders before the end of the year to make a decision on if I even want to pan a powder for next year, and if I do, what that powder is. I brought in 2 concealers last month. I brought in my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Peach. I love this concealer. I think it is amazing. And I also brought in my Almay Clear Complexion concealer because this works very well with mycosis. I have put this into a project. I put it into my 20 by 2021 project. So this isn't staying in my shop, my stash, but it will be, you guys will continue to be seeing this, but I am going to rotate this one out. For my brow gel, I brought in my Easy Breezy CoverGirl brow gel. I am going to continue to keep this in. My Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick Foundation, love this. Different than my Complexion Rescue Cream, which is my favorite high-end foundation. This works different than that one, but the finish is just as beautiful. The color is just as good. It's very nice, just different. It was a little bit of a learning curve with it. I have this hair sticking out. After I figured out how to make it work, I really, really enjoyed this foundation. I am going to roll something else in its place, however. I brought in my Profusion liquid eyeshadow in Glisten. I used this in that Get Ready With Me, and I was so terrified because this is such a chunky glitter liquid eyeshadow. Terrified the whole time that I had it on. So, if I can find a home for this, which I highly doubt I can, but if I can, I will pass it on. Otherwise, it's something that will be decluttered. I just won't use it because it is so chunky. So yeah, if I can find a home for it, that would be great. For a bronzer, I brought in this really dark highlighter and I loved it, guys. It worked beautifully on top of a really light bronzer that I had in another project, and that is my So Susan Halo on High highlighter in Candles and Kisses. This is what it looks like. So it's very shimmery but very sheer. I actually have it on as just my bronzer over my cream bronzer, and I had to really build it up for it to show. But on top of a regular bronzer, it just gives a really beautiful, healthy glow to your skin. I was surprised. I wasn't sure it would, how it would work or look on my skin, and I really enjoyed it. I am going to keep this. I may roll in another bronzer for Shop My Stash, but for now I am going to keep this going just because I'm enjoying it so much and there's really nothing like it in my collection. I only rolled in one lip product since I'm panning a lip product, and I brought in this beautiful lip crayon by Ulta Beauty. It's in the shade Soiree. I've learned that I need a few more. So that's what I learned from only bringing in one. I love this. I love this shade. I think it is beautiful. I'm on the fence whether to keep it or not. For now, I will keep it, but if I find something during our shopping that I want to roll in more, I will. My e.l.f. eye primer, it's really goopy, and I have not had it for very long. I'm going to continue to keep it in my Shop My Stash because I'm thinking this is on its last leg, which is unfortunate since I've not used it for very long. And then I had 3 eyeliners I brought in, and these were great for when I was, everyday look. But when I did my look for my Get Ready With Me, these pencils were not what I wanted. So while I keep eyeliner pencils on my desk to kind of rotate through, I don't think I'm going to pull in any eyeliners unless I want to. So I'm just not going to pull in any for my Shop My Stash. Mascara, I have my Ciate London Triple Shot Double XL mascara. This I am retiring. It's really clumpy, somewhat dry. It's still giving me nice lashes, but it transfers so horribly, and I'm so over it transferring. So it's gone. For my blush, I brought in my Bang Beauty Spiced Peach blush, one of my favorite blushes that I own, especially in the fall time. It is such a beautiful shade. Yes, it's broken. I'm not going to keep this in this round only because I have a lot of blushes and I want to get use on, you know, as many blushes as possible. And then my highlighter, outstanding. I had never used this highlighter before Shop My Stash, and that is my Mirabella, what is it called? Brilliant Mineral Highlighting Powder in Swirling Pearl. I don't know why that is a tongue twister for me. Such a stunning highlighter, so beautiful. It actually has a pink shift to it. When I'm looking here, I see somewhat of, you know, just a champagne, but when I put it on my cheek mixed with my champagne pop that I am panning, I get like a little bit of a pink shift, which is absolutely stunning. I've worn this on its own. It's really soft. It can be built up, but it is a rather soft highlighter. Just so beautiful. Lovely, very lovely. So I've really enjoyed this highlighter. I am going to switch it out only because I have so many highlighters to work with or to play with, to use, to try out. But that is something I will be definitely coming back for more and more now that I've tried it and I've fallen in love with it. So those are the items that I am keeping for this next round of Shop My Stash. We need to go shopping. I am going to attempt to shop using my phone. So let's go shopping and see what we can put in our little basket to add with the goodies that I have kept. So how many did I keep? I have 7 items I've kept. So let's go shopping and add some more to these items. Okay guys, this is my dresser right next to where I film, so the top is really messy. I just have a whole bunch of different things. Then in my top drawers, I have my liquid cream and crayon eyeshadows. And then over here, I have some lip products as well as lip products up on my dresser. So in this drawer, I want to, is this it or is this it? Which one is it? I think it's this one. Yes, this is it. This is a cream eyeshadow and it's in the shade Ain't That Sweet. I just broke my nail. Anyways, it's a beautiful cream eyeshadow and I want to play with this. I think it might help me with panning my Mirabella eyeshadow because their consistency is somewhat similar to one another. So I want to just see if it'll help me out some. And while we're here, my lip products are all over the place because when I rearranged, they were the ones that took the biggest hit. So I have some in here. I'm not quite sure what I want. Let's take Debutante by Pure. This is a beautiful fall shade. It's just like this really beautiful rosy terracotta. What else do I want to play with? Ooh. This is Jen Loves Reviews. One of her lip, you know, it's a lipstick, but it changes your, helps change your lip color, so you can have, This one is the darkest, so it will darken up your lip product. These are amazing. This one is Reimagine. So I'm going to take this and put it into our basket for this upcoming round. I didn't know it was in here. Awesome. I think that's all I want from here. All right, this next drawer has my foundations, concealers, primers, you name it, I have it. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about was my Crystal Dew setting spray. This is in a project now, but it is almost gone, so I am going to bring in another setting spray to play with for this round. I don't know. Which one do we want? I think I want this Milani Make It Last. It's still sealed. I've never tried it, and I want to try it because people speak so highly of it. I'm going to bring in my Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. And I'm in the shade 1 and 2 Ecru. I think the shade isn't quite right, but it works. And we need a powder. What do we want? I want to play with this Bye Bye Pores one again. I played with it a little bit, but I'm not quite sure what I think about it, so I'm going to throw that in there. I have all these Poreless face primers by Ulta. Let's try that. I am panning a concealer, but it is pretty light. Let's see if I can bring in another one. I'm going to bring in my Naked Skin. Can you guys see how it's separated at top? I've never had a concealer do that before. Is that normal? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. But I'm going to bring it in, see if I can get some use on it in case I need to retire it. And for a mascara, I don't know. I'm going to bring in this Ico Lash Alert mascara. I've had it for quite a while, and who knows, it might be dry, but I hope not. So I'm going to bring that one in since I've retired Ciate London. And I'm going to bring in another one just in case this is dry. What do we want to bring in? Let's do Urban Decay's Perversion. I love Perversion. All right, down here I have my face palettes and some of my singles. I have my creams here, of my highlighters and bronzers. They're mostly in another area, but my creams are definitely here for the most part. And I don't know why she'd be sitting on top, but she is. I want to bring, do I want to bring those in? No, I don't. I want to bring in the Too Faced, is it the Sun Bunny one? Yeah, I've never used this. I've had it for quite a while, and I have swatched it, but I have never used it. Pretty darn brand new, people. Pretty darn brand new. So I was talking to a friend on Instagram about, she has the Lovecraft Beauties highlight palette, and I said I had their blush trio, but I had never used it. I don't think. I think I've swatched it, but I cannot remember ever using it. And I said I should pull it out and play with it. And since we have some of these warmer tones, it would work well with the blush I'm panning, plus perfect for fall. So I am going to throw this one in there. I know this is like the weirdest place to have stuff, but this is stuff that I either want to play with or I want to, well, I want to play with all of them, but some might be on the chopping block. Others just might be that I want to play with them, that I've had them and I've either never used them or I haven't used them in forever, so that is what is in here. So I do reach in this bucket from time to time. I do have a couple of highlighters in here that I want to pull in because I'm not sure what I think about them. One is this e.l.f. one. I can't see the name. Can you guys? It says the shade is rose gold. Now, the problem I have with these highlighters is they feel plastic on my hand, and so I can't get past that. But this shade, I'm worried might be a little too dark for me, so I want to just play with it and see how it looks on my skin, because I've never tried it. So I want to play with this one. Let's grab... Is she really in here? Did I really put her in here? I guess I did bring Kaja's Prism in here. I'm surprised. I am going to bring her in here. She is a beautiful champagne with a pink flip. Let's see if there's a palette I want to pull in. Let's pull in Born to Run for this next 3 weeks. I have barely used this. I've only used it a couple of times, so let's pull that in. This is where I have some of my single eyeshadows, my Super Shocks, some of them. Then I have some Jelly Much, I have an eye primer, and my brow products are way in the back. Way far in the back. And that's just my, what is it? Mustache. I just received these 3 Sydney Grace eyeshadows, and maybe I'll throw all 3 in there just to play with. I think I swatched them, but I'm not quite sure I did. This is pretty empty because I'm reorganizing. Oh, I wanted to get a different highlighter as well, just in case that one didn't work. Let's go with Glow All Out. It's very subtle, if you can see. I think it's a pretty shade. So I am going to put this in. I have lip products everywhere right now. These are all my bullets. These are mostly glosses. There is some liquid lipsticks in there as well. I want to bring in Buttercup. It's a beautiful rosy terracotta. And let's see if we can find one more. Well, I was going to bring in Burberry, but I'm not sure Burberry is still good. Did you guys see that? Oh, it looks like maybe it was just lipstick. So I'm going to bring in Burberry. It's a vampy shade. I don't wear vampy shades much anymore just because they're so hard for me to wear, but I really like this color and I want to get, you know, some use on it before I really cannot wear them anymore. So I do have quite a bit of vampy shades, but yeah. This is by Essence, by the way. All right, guys, so we picked up a lot more this round than we did last round. I definitely picked up a few more lip products, picked up some single eyeshadows, a couple of highlighters, a blush palette. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm hoping I didn't overextend myself, but since I'm new to this, I'm learning as we go, because I'm trying to balance it with what I'm panning, yet be able to play with what's in my collection, because I know me, I will stop panning to play with my collection. It's how I'm made. So I'm excited for this basket for 3 weeks. This feels much better because I was craving more. And yeah, I could have pulled more in, but I almost came and filmed and said, yeah, 3 weeks isn't going to work for me. And I may do that. 3 weeks may not work for me. It may just be too long of a stretch. If it feels that way this time with a lot more product, it's possible that will happen, but we won't know until we try, right? So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take good care of yourself. Be smart. If you're doing Shop My Stash, please leave me a comment down below so I can come watch you and support you. Please take good care. Be safe. Be smart. I've already said that. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.